I want to talk about E3. I want to talk about Nintendo's E3 in particular. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. And listen, today I want to do something a little different. Something I don't think I've ever done in a video before. I want to know and I want to discuss like where we see Nintendo coming in for essentially 2019. Where they'll be in come June. What games I think that they're going to talk about and discuss. So I just kind of want to break it through and go down the list. But Animal Crossing, I think, is the big one. I feel like Animal Crossing is the one that's the booth. That's the way they're going to present everything around. Like, to me, that's their franchise that is the big system seller coming into 2019. Now, don't get me wrong, Pokemon Sword and Shield is definitely going to be discussed at E3. Probably not as much. They might even get a small direct a couple days before E3. They've done that in the past. But I think we'll get a little snippet, a little something to go like, here it is, this is what we're doing. I feel like Animal Crossing is the game, though, that really is the next game to push consoles for Nintendo. It has a rabid fan base, a huge fan base, and I feel like this is the game that's going to make people stand up and shout and scream and just be like, I want a console now. And especially the fact of like you can take it on the go and play at home. It's giving everybody the best of both worlds. It's giving fans of the home console versions their version, and it's giving people that enjoy the handheld versions their version. It's a win-win, ultimately, across the board for everybody. That's number one. I think then Fire Emblem definitely comes in. I think they show off more, they discuss more, they break it down, they talk about it, all that good stuff. But I think we definitely see more of Fire Emblem that we didn't necessarily think we would see. And I think that's essentially where we're going with that direction. Bayonetta 3, I think another game that's probably going to hit in the fall, end of 2019. I feel like the end of 2019 from like E3 until the end of the year is going to be just filled with some craziness. And I think that Nintendo is going to show off as much as they possibly can. Luigi's Mansion, another game that we're definitely going to see more about and discuss. I even think we get a little bit of Mario Maker 2. And I think how we get Mario Maker 2 is, of course, they'll show it off, they'll show off some levels. I think we get a Nintendo World Championships again. I think that it was so successful the last time that they did a Nintendo World Championship, competition, and that amazingness that was Mario Maker the last time with the ending and the way it all went down. I think without a shadow of a doubt, it happens again. I think that it's going to just be the be-all, end-all that it was back a few years ago when Mario Maker hit the Wii U. So at this point, I think I want to say, like, let's imagine if the rumors are true. If the rumors are true, then that would mean that we're going to get A Link to the Past and Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Switch. And if it is true, I think those two games alone are enough to just set the internet on fire and get people so excited about the Nintendo Switch in 2019 that I think that it's going to just erupt. I think my opinion is, if the rumors are true, I think we get A Link to the Past in 2020. I think that we get Metroid Prime Trilogy this year. And we also, it's a given that we're going to talk about A Link's Awakening as well within this year, or at this E3. But I think that that's why Link to the Past, if it is true, will be in 2020. But I think they want to talk about it, they want to discuss it, they want to get it out there and get ahead of it. They've already said, like, no new Switch talks. We're not going to go down that road. And I think that Nintendo wants to hold that close to the vest, as close as possible, mainly because they don't want people to know what their plans are. They don't want people to stop buying Switches based upon a rumor. So they want to just say, hey, we're not talking about it. They're not saying it's not coming. They're just saying we're not talking about it at E3. To just set that stuff aside. I think there's something else that they're going to discuss at E3 that is a given and a no-brainer, is the new Smash DLC. I think that they announced finally who the next DLC character is. It just always feels like big moments are the time for Nintendo to make announcements like this. And E3 is the biggest moment of them all. I can't see them just dropping this days before or whatever. I think that they want to have the best E3 possible because they're kind of going head-to-head against Microsoft. And I think they, with Sony stepping aside, it opens the door for Nintendo and Microsoft to really step up their game this year. And I think that Nintendo, after a couple of decent E3s, this is the year that they could really light things on fire. And I'm hoping that that's the way it goes moving forward. Another thing is I think that we're going to get Smash Amiibo. I think we're also going to get Animal Crossing Amiibo this year. I think they're going to show them off, showcase them. They're going to discuss the Animal Crossing cards and the Amiibo cards and the old Animal Crossing Amiibo, how they work in connection together and everything with the new game and all that. So I think we get to see some exciting things moving forward. I think without a shadow of doubt, we get some Persona 5R gameplay footage. They're going to break it down. They're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about anything that's different about this game than the other Tecmo games, like the Hyrule Warriors and all that stuff. It's interesting. I did not see this game coming at all, but I have some interest in it. I'm not going to lie. I liked what they did with Fire Emblem Warriors. I liked what they did with Hyrule Warriors. Fire Emblem Warriors, I liked a little bit more. So I'm hoping that this one I like more than the other ones. But it's definitely on my radar. Definitely on my radar. I think two surprises that could potentially be talked about and show up is Realm Royale. I think that game is a bad secret, kind of like Fortnite. I think it's coming, and I think people are just like banging their heads against the wall how the secret is not a secret anymore. And I think Realm Royale will find a lot of success like Fortnite did, where the explosion coming out of E3 last year and so many people diving in and playing it because of the Switch. I think the same thing kind of happens for Realm Royale. Another game that I think we will see potentially is Overwatch. And why do I say that? Because last year, when Diablo 3 was coming to the Nintendo Switch and being announced, Blizzard was asked, can Overwatch play on the Nintendo Switch? And they were saying at that time that they felt like it could, and that it was able to run on the Switch. I think if you give it a year of fine-tuning, they just fix the bugs, close the gap, and get it even closer to becoming a reality. I would love to see this become a reality. Not because it's something that I would personally play. I can't play first-person shooters and stuff. I get nauseous when I play them. But I would love to see it because I have so many friends that love Overwatch and would love to be able to play on the go and all that stuff. I think it's the perfect game for the Switch, honestly. I think it would be fantastic and do great things. Plus the characters, the way they're stylized and the way they look and feel, they feel like they fit right into a Nintendo console. So I'm hoping for that one. And then I feel like how do you win E3 ultimately, and it's with surprises. And I feel like, personally, there's two surprises that could come out that'll get me excited personally, but I think that'll get some other people excited. Mario Golf, I feel like, is one that will get a lot of rabid fan base golfers and that whole thing excited for the Nintendo Switch, because Mario Golf on the 3DS was fantastic. It got so many people hyped for what the future could bring with the Switch version. So I think that's something we definitely would see. I hope, anyway. And I think the other one, another rumor that Nintendo is going to unveil is DLC for Breath of the Wild. I think we finally get another meaty chunk to this game. I think that they don't want to let that game kind of just sit on the shelf. I also don't think that Nintendo wants to wait 6-7 years before we get another big 3D game. So filling the gaps with these little DLC packs and expansion packs is a smart move for Nintendo, and I think that we do see more of this next year, hopefully. So I guess we'll see. The only other question that I have, and the only ones that are kind of has me a little wondering, two things. Are we done with Mario Kart? Or could we see another DLC pack for Mario Kart? And we've been talking about this for years, and I just don't know whether Nintendo is now working on Mario Kart 9, or if they do feel like, hey, let's do another big DLC pack. I would love a DLC pack. I would love, and we'll get into this another time maybe, but I would just love like a Legacy collection, just to go like, this is it, this is what you're getting, done, and we just add to it and move forward. Kind of like the Splatoon effect. That would be pretty awesome. That is all. Thank you guys for watching another Nintendo Guru Daily, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please, down below in the comments, let me know, what are you hyped for E3? What's the one thing that you hope that they announce, and what's something that you realistically think they'll talk about and discuss, and where do you feel about E3 in general and Nintendo in general going into E3? Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share it with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, @NintendoGurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.